Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode. Today, the special treat for you, and as we dive into the world of one of the most dynamic, electrifying boy bands on the scene today, you heard it again, the Full Circle Boys. Formed from a group of talented individuals who have known each other since their early days in the dance industry, they have quickly risen to fame with their catchy melodies, toe tapping, finger snapping, impressive harmonies, and captivating performances. And since their debut album on January 20th, 2022, with a hit single Transparency, which is whoa, I was just blown away. They have released a total of 14 singles, five of which came out just last year. And I counted, it was more than 14, though. I know I counted them all.
I think so. I think there's more than 14. If you count the mixtape, there's more than 14, which I count the mixtape.
Yeah.
Well, let's introduce the five members. Can you introduce yourself?
Yep. Yes, of course. I'm Jagger Moon.
Hi, I'm
Jagger.
James.
I'm Sean.
Hello, I'm Dossan.
I'm Ollie, and we are
The Full Circle Boys.
Love that. Excellent. Love that. So, your journey is a testament to your shared passion for music and your deep rooted friendship. Now, whether it's through your self choreographed music videos or your engaging interactions with fans, which is very important, you're known as the Infinities because that's like the Full Circle Boys are redefining what it means to be a boy band in today's music industry. That's wonderful. So, without further ado, let's welcome Full Circle Boys yay, to the show.
Yeah.
So, get ready. I can't wait to hear about your journey, your inspirations, and what's next for your phenomenal group. So, everyone, stay tuned, sit back, because this is going to be an episode you don't want to miss. So, guys, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Really, really appreciate the opportunity to interview an up and coming best Oscar, Grammy, whatever you name it, one day. So, like, and your dancing is amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Can I ask how did you all get into music? Like, you can go individually, and when that special defining moment was.
For me, music always has been in my life because grew up dancing. So ever since fourth grade, I was dancing. So music was introduced to me that way. But it was more around my sophomore year that I started to learn how to play the guitar and really fall in love with music. That's when it all started for me.
Yeah, for me, I think music's just kind of been in my life forever. Like my dad was never into sports. We're not into any specific sports team. Like our basement is a shrine to the Beatles. My dad's a drummer, so just all the movies I'd watch as a kid were music documentaries. Like my favorite movie to watch was Concert for George, for George Harrison's funeral, and that was my favorite movie to watch as a kid. But I think like the defining moment was I think I was 6 or 7, and my dad showed me Michael Jackson performing Billie Jean for the first time at Motown 25, and
Wow.
that's yo, I want to do that. I want to be that guy.
I think my love for music started growing up at the dance studio and also in the boys' choir at school. So those were two very important memories for me.
Yeah, kind of like Doss was saying, we all grew up dancers, so music has always been a big part of our lives. And especially for me, I remember just growing up and like singing around the house. And then it wasn't until I got this opportunity brought to me to be in a boy band. And yeah, that's kind of what sparked my love for music.
Yeah. What happened for me, I don't really remember like when I really started loving music. It was just throughout my life. My mom said I always had a good ear for music. So when I would be in my car seat, like before I was one, I'd be like hitting all the beats, song. Yeah, so it's always just been in my life.
So you're not the one that's in that TikTok video with these famous memes, and you're that boy going like this, and they take a picture of him like this. No, all grown up.
That's it right there.
So thank you so much for introducing yourself. Now I'm very interested. How did you all come together, become friends, and how did the Full Circle band, the Full Circle Boys, come together as a band?
So we all grew up at dance studios, and that's kind of our roots. James and I grew up at the same dance studio. We grew up in the same town, and Jagger, Dossan, and Oliver also grew up at a dance studio in their town. That they also grew up. They all grew up together in the same town. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. Um, so that's kind of how our journey started, through friendship, and doing dances together. And to kind of connect the two worlds, Jagger and I did some assisting in some cool creative videos back in 2020, and that kind of connected the two worlds.
Yeah, that sums it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And you all connect and you're all formed a clique, and your dancing is so in. Sorry, I'm going to make a kind of joke here.
Do it. Do it.
So in sync.
Yeah.
Love it. Jagger, may I ask a personal question? So, is Jagger? Are you named after Mick Jagger?
I am named after Mick Jagger. Yep, that's him.
That's what I thought. That's excellent. That's great.
Yeah.
So, why the Full Circle Boys? Why not something else like the Clique Band or the Five Boys United or something like that?
I like that name.
Yeah,
let's
Clique.
change it.
Let's
to-
change it.
let's-
The clique.
Have you seen that video?
All of you change it. Please give me free tickets to your concert, please. 'Cause I'll be the one.
exactly.
Hey, I'm the one that named them. No, just kidding.
Yeah, we came up with the name ourselves, and it came from we were rehearsing at a dance studio, working on some original music, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Wow, this is really a full circle moment."
Wow.
And so that's kind of why we picked that name, is because it's has a deep meaning, but it's also rolls off the tongue pretty nicely.
That's amazing. So then you all got together and you learned how to write music and write songs. Did all five of you collaborate in that one song, for instance, Call My Name, which, like, what's the creative process behind that one? That's an amazing song.
So we'd come together and made a bunch of ideas about what we wanted our sound to be, the sonic nature of Full Circle, and we were lucky enough to have this demo in our back pocket from DA Got That Dope, an incredible producer. And so once we had that, once we figured out where we wanted to take our sound and in which direction, we reached out to our mix and master
You mean
engineer.
One Direction. Just kidding.
Yeah, we
Oh my God.
reached out to Jason Joshua, he's a mix and master engineer, musical savant, and he's working with us a couple months now. And so he had the demo in his back pocket, and we went into his studio at Canton House Studios and recorded it over a couple days, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
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 You guys matched like 98 degrees. No, this is all going to be like boy band jokes all throughout the whole.
Please
Do
do.
it.
Please make all the jokes.
Yeah. So, Love Your Sound, Insane is a great one, and Vegas, which is a good one. But Call My Name has a special purpose, special experience. And I know when I ask a lot of artists, what's the personal experience behind certain songs? Can you tell us what the personal experience is behind Call My Name? Whose name?
Ooh.
Full Circle Boys. Call Full Circle
Call
Boys.
Full Circle.
Yeah, I kind of think of it as like Call My Name, like Full Circle Boys, because we dropped this song at the beginning of this year, and it's kind of like our.
Beginning of this year. We dropped it at the beginning of this year.
Oh, did we not? Oh, no, I'm thinking of the mixtape. Oh, never mind.
No. To piggyback off of what James said, I think
knew you listened.
we hadn't released music for almost a year, and like an original song, and I think we were just trying to reinvent ourselves in a cool new way, and yeah, I think that's the group dynamic purpose of Call My Name. It's a strong first single to come out with, and it's like, call my name, call the Full Circle Boys, remember who we are. This is who we are. Yeah. Now,
So-
personally, I don't know if you want to know.
Yeah, I'd be interested. Like, we're talking about your other two that are no longer in the band. What are their reasons for that, or is it just that No, you guys are fine. You go ahead. Like, how? What was their reaction to them saying, "Oh, we don't want to be part of this"? Like
Um,
you were going to rob a bank or something.
Shane left about a year into the project, and it was just he didn't. His heart wasn't in it. He wanted to live a normal life and go to college and do the things that he wanted to do in life. And who are we to stop him from doing that? We don't want to make anybody stay if they don't want to be here. Like we don't, because if you do something you don't like, it's just gonna ruin your mood. It's just gonna alter your personality. We loved Shane for who he was, and there was no need to keep him around if he didn't want to be around. And then same goes with Jason. I think we just had different aspirations of what we wanted the group to be, and we came to a decision that hey, we still love you, but maybe this just isn't right now. And he agreed, and we agreed with his points. And yeah, so we just went our different ways. No bad blood, still love them, but it worked out because we got my boy Dossan and we got my boy Oliver in the group now, and it's great. We're rocking better than ever.
So now that Shane and Jason are no longer there, they're going to be really upset years from now. Said, "Can't believe they're playing music with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. No, I want to back in. I want to be." But yeah, that's amazing. So let me ask you, Jagger. So do you connect with all four of the guys, like Sean, Ollie, Dawson, and James? Is there someone in your group that, if there's a problem, that they go to you?
I think I'm the last person everyone goes to if there's a problem. I think they want. I've been known to have a short temper, so I think I get brought in when something like isn't working out. I think that's like if they figure it out, it's best to keep me not involved with it. And then once they figure it out, it's perfectly fine. But I have no issues with them. I think we don't fight that much.
No.
There's like I'd say once in a blue moon there's an argument, and we all get along very well. We all have a great connection, and yeah, it's like smooth sailing over here in the Full Circle House.
I'm going through those dances that all five of you perform, and you're all, I'm going to say it again, NSYNC. So you're all like all synced up. Uh, how how did you practice that? How long did it take you so that, like, Jagger, if you move your foot to left, they know at the same time, exact same second to move their foot. And then Sean and then Ollie and Dawson, then you're all dancing like you're dancing in the mirror or something. Like, how did that work? Do you have a choreographer?
Yeah, no, we don't have a choreographer. We choreographed it ourselves. We have a garage with a few mirrors in the
Really?
garage, and we all just went in there and we just choreographed it. We were like, all right, what should we do for this part? We put in what works. We went through a little trial and error with the choreo. Like we'd make something up, we'd be like, I think it needs a little more, so we go in and fix it. But yeah, I think we just rehearsed it a ton until we got it right, and now it's right.
That's amazing. So yeah, the dances like that are just amazing. The way they choreograph and the way like hands are like this and your feet are like this. And then I think if you look at the ending in a microscope, you notice that you probably have like sweat balls just pouring down your, because that's a lot of hard work. You lose weight. You're, how much did you lose? James, how much did you lose? Sean, I lost 5 pounds. Like, I mean, really, that's aerobics right there, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, me and James have had that conversation about weight.
Yeah, sometimes when we're doing a performance that's a little bit longer, or maybe it's hot outside, the belt is a little bit loose after the performance.
Yeah, we sweat a lot.
Yeah, I had my yeah, it's just dancing is just amazing. So, how do you deal with your mental health? Like, for instance, okay, so you're dancing and then you're doing song creation, then you're doing music and performing. There's got to be a time when you're like, guys, I can't do this. It's just too much. How do you deal with that?
So one thing that we've been doing lately is we always prioritize our communication between each other, because when you communicate, that's when things get figured out, and that's how you create a good bond between each other, is constant communication. Because if there's something you want to say and you don't say it, then you're going to hold something in and then it's going to blow up. But another thing that we have is usually on Sundays, we usually take that day to like take it for ourselves. And so it's kind of cool because Ollie's family lives in San Clemente, California. So he gets to go up see his family. We all get to take our little individual time. So we have super, super busy lives and we're always doing a lot of stuff. But we always like to give ourselves a little bit of grace, give ourselves a day to kind of break down what's going on and then rejuvenate and get ready for the next week. So,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's like school.
yeah.
You may not know this, but I'm a big Harry Styles fan and
Oh.
and a big Niall Horan fan.
Yeah.
So I was into the Backstreet Boys and 98 Degrees and our favorite New Kids on the Block and all. Don't tell anybody, but I'm also a Swiftie. So
Okay.
Sean's a Swiftie too. We all liked Taylor Swift, but Sean loves her the most.
oh, great! Can I join the band too? No, just kidding.
Hop on.
So I love that song Transparency. Can I ask you something, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Is it a love song? Because transparency has something to do with the girl that you're dating, that you got to be transparent with me or the relationship's not going to work. So where did that song come about, and can you explain the experience behind that one?
That's it, Ollie. You want to give us that answer?
Yeah. So, transparency, we really wanted to focus on just like, yeah, like you said, be transparent with me. Like, you don't need to lie to me. Let's be transparent with each other. And that's kind of the main message it drives home.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. I think it's not like a lovey-dovey love song, but it's definitely about a relationship. It's like communicating with someone and just trying to like figure something out. Like that's the most annoying thing ever, when somebody's not being like telling you everything in a relationship. It's just hard to communicate. That's like Dossan said earlier, like communication's key between not just us five, but anybody in life.
Yeah.
And,
Most definitely.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Ollie.
Nope.
I talk about to all my guests. Usually mention about love songs and what they think about love songs. And if you're in a relationship, like she's in a relationship with a guy or he's in a relationship with a girl, and there's a song out there called Amanda, which I believe was sung by Amanda. I think that was Boston. I'm not sure. Any song that, like Veronica, for instance, I know is based on Elvis Costello's grandmother. So that's not really a love song, but there are love songs out there that if you attribute a name to it, if you're no longer in that relationship, does the song still have a significant point to it? I mean, like if you wrote a song called, you have a song called Insane. If you called it Insane Margaret, why is she insane? So what do you think about love songs, especially when you attribute someone's name to them?
I mean, I've never been in love, so I mean, I feel like
Oh.
love songs don't really hit me as hard as they do to some people, but I still really like listening to love songs. Like, makes me feel all giddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
It makes you miss a person that you've never met. That's how I feel. Like you always get that, like, oh, I miss this person, like my future girlfriend or something like that. You know, that's how I feel at least.
It's like the best form for like someone like James, who hasn't been in love. It's like it's a good form of understanding like what love is, I guess.
Yeah.
It's good, like representation.
Yeah, it's a good representation of what love possibly could be.
Feels like,
in life.
True.
I mean, the best part about love songs is they connect to you emotionally. So there's a lot of love is like, it's universal. So the good thing with love songs is everyone can usually connect to it on some sort of level, whether they've been in love with someone or they love their mom, they love their dad, they love their brother. There's always a connection to it for everyone. So
Facts, dude.
Are you fans of Imagine Dragons? Because I love Dan Reynolds' vocals. You familiar with the song "Wrecked"?
Which one?
Wrecked.
Imagine Dragons "Wrecked." The song called "Wrecked."
I'm familiar with Imagine Dragons,
Yeah.
but not that song in particular.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he wrote it about his brother's wife. His sister-in-law Alicia passed away of cancer. So he wrote a song "Wrecked" about how he felt because they were close. And it's sort of like I tried singing that song, but I don't connect to it because I haven't suffered a loss. So most love
Yeah.
songs, you suffer a loss and things like that. So um, I dare myself ask you about the lyrics to "Insane." Like, what are you insane about?
Insane. I think it's like not like wreck. Like guessing is like something very deep and emotional, and insane's just not that song. To be honest, it's like just simple. It's kind of like the good thing about all of our songs is that most teenagers can relate to them just because they're like lighthearted, but also kind of dealing with stuff in relationships. Like insane, it's literally just like you got me going insane because you're the prettiest girl in the room. Like it's talking about how she walks into the room and how she's just a superstar, the way she turns on the lights and just everything about her is amazing. So it's just driving us insane that she's so perfect, you know? So yeah, it's not too deep.
Yeah, very broad.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite Backstreet Boys song is "More Than That," and that is a love song, even though you don't know it's a love song. But
Yeah.
Umbrella by Rihanna.
Yeah,
Mm.
If you can really understand what that song's about, you won't be going "yay." You'll be going, "Oh." It's not for me. You have to know the hidden meanings behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my name's
Yeah.
got hidden.
So when you write songs, is it the melody or the lyrics that you find most challenging?
Ooh.
I think the lyrics.
The lyrics,
Yeah,
Because I
definitely.
think
Yeah.
melody is the most important, and so making sure that the lyrics you can spend some more time on it. I feel like melody just kind of has to roll
Yeah.
off the tongue.
Yeah.
Melody you can always hum, but lyrics you got to deep think about what they mean and what you're gonna write.
And you don't want to repeat anything either.
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, lyrics are more tough.
Definitely.
But what if one of you don't agree on one of the lyrics? Do you compromise? You just say, well, Dossan says or Jagger says, no, I love it. This is what we're going to put down. Would you guys go in unison? Okay.
Well, we usually all like when we write together, it's usually just a majority win. So whoever, like, let's say me, James, and Sean really like a part of the song, and Jagger and Dawson don't, we would win because it's 3-2, you know. But then we're also like, all right, now let's have Jagger and Doss go, and let's hear some ideas from them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can always do the meet in the middle game. you know,
Exactly.
find a lyric that everyone likes, but usually majority most of
Yeah.
the time.
And at the
It's
end
very
of the day,
Yeah.
you go. Oh, I was just going to say, at the end of the day, it comes down to what's best for the group. Because everybody can always put down their own personal like opinions and feelings towards it, but sometimes you have to remove yourself and your emotions and your attachment to a certain thing and think what's best for
Yeah.
the group as a whole.
Yeah, totally.
I know it's really difficult to handle creative differences even within a band because then you have suddenly like what happened this whole thing with Linkin Park, how they got this new singer and she sounds a lot like Chester Bennington, but his son was there's a whole news and one of the members during the tour he decided he left, and I'm like stuff like that will happen. So if you guys are close knit, there's going to be tons of albums and you're going to have tons of girls wanting to, I want to know this guy Dawson, or I want to know this guy Jagger. He's cool, Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's
baby.
awesome. It's awesome. Yes. So what has been your favorite performance so far and why?
I think for me, us three got to perform at the Hollywood Bowl. I think that was legendary. The crowd was huge. It was just a feeling that I guess you'll never feel if you're not on stage, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Hollywood
Hollywood
cheers.
We just performed in the UK at championship, this dance championship, uh, and it was from people from all over the world came to this one convention, like this competition, and we got to
Wow.
perform for them, and it was amazing, such a good crowd.
Sean.
How come you never thought of being on AGT or BGT or The Voice? You ever have any interest in that?
I mean,
Shoot,
what can
what
we
can I
would, yeah.
legally say?
We're always down for that.
yeah, we'll say. Let's all give different answers. So I'll say we did a school tour, and some of those shows were really great. Just being in front of a new audience every day and just seeing how they react, and we had some really good days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite performances that we've done does involve something kind of like BGT or The Voice or something like that. That experience was super fun. The crowd's energy was insane. No pun intended. Go stream insane. Go stream Call My Name. But it was, that was great. And then also we performed in Florida at a dance convention that me, Dossan, and Ollie used to work for. And all of our friends were there. And that just was really fun finally getting to perform in front of our friends.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Yeah, our first performance as the Full Circle Boys, this 5 right here, was at a all-girls Catholic school, St. Lucy's. And it was awesome. It was me and Oliver's first time, and yeah, we had a great time. The girls' energy was absolutely amazing, and I couldn't have asked for a better first school show. So
Yeah.
that was my all-time fave right there.
That's great.
Yeah. You got to get yourself noticed by like the Backstreet Boys and 98 Degrees. I think are still, especially Tim Lachey. What's it? Tim Lachey? No, not Tim Lachey. Nick Lachey. Yeah, Nick Lachey. Like, get yourself out there, so you never know. Kevin Richardson or they just call you up and say, "Hey, we want these guys to be opening up for us." I've heard
We're
that.
down. Any of them want us, give us a call.
Yeah. We had a great time this summer going to the New Kids on the Block show. They were, and we saw them in San Diego with Paula Abdul and DJ Jazzy Jeff, and that was awesome. Them amazing.
Boom.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, Donnie Wahlberg and I forget the other name. I only know that Donnie Wahlberg because he's Mark Wahlberg's brother, but when I was working and I was like in my teens, whatever, they were playing Step by Step, baby, and I was going, ooh.
It's a good song, Step by Step.
Yeah, and Nick Lachey went on a solo career, and he was pretty good.
yeah.
So, what themes do you usually explore in your music?
Ooh.
I think we're trying to keep everything pretty upbeat.
Yeah.
We're a very youthful group, so making music that's happy music is really kind of important right now for us. Upbeat, something that we can dance to, offer an escape for people listening to our music.
Yeah.
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 Call My Name's got a lot of like hidden things in it. Like if you look at the lyrics, you'll be like, why'd they say that? So yeah. That's a fun thing we like to do. Put hidden little things in there.
Okay. If you could tour with any of the boy bands, I know why I say boy bands, they're all men now. I'm like, I'm 85 years old and you're calling me a boy?
They're boys.
Imagine. So who would you like to travel with? NSYNC, New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, or Harry Styles from One Direction?
I think originally like we would just say NSYNC, NSYNC is just like, I think we connect with them more. They're our inspiration for a lot, but yeah, NSYNC.
I love all of them. I feel like it would be really fun to travel with the Backstreet Boys, hear all their stories. I'm not been to one of their concerts yet, but it looks awesome. Still now, they're doing incredible things.
I do gotta say, I feel like we do good on a One Direction tour just because we're so much different from them. We're not like so much different, but we're pretty different, so we'd have a different audience,
Two different kind of shows. It would look really well together.
Yeah, totally.
James, you food?
I was gonna say NSYNC as well, just because I think we're the most similar compared to the other bands.
Our biggest inspiration in terms of boy band.
Oh yeah.
Dossan.
Yeah,
But you
let's.
but you want to be
Harry-
unique though. Like you want to be unique.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think we definitely are unique because we're bringing that new flavor of dance. You know, because you have like the NSYNC kind of dancing, but we have our flavor too, so it brings out the uniqueness. But I was gonna say Harry Styles. You know, that if he ever wanted us to open, of course, absolutely.
Totally.
You know,
Yeah.
I'd probably pick
Well,
Four Town.
Four Town? Yeah, I
Four
like Four
Town,
Town.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd pick Four Town.
yeah, I would love to sing with Mary J. Blige. She's my favorite. Sting.
Wow.
Sting's great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sting's so good.
Sting, yeah. Roxanne. You guys should do a cover of Roxanne. I mean it. Like,
Oh, facts,
Maybe.
dude.
but I don't know
Yeah.
how you feel about cover songs, though. Do you like to
Oh,
do
yeah.
them? Yeah.
Yeah.
We love it.
Dabble.
I mean,
I
there's
love it.
especially if we cover like solo artist music. I think that's really good for us because we are 5 singers,
Yeah.
so we can add a new dimension to it. And especially for like the non-dancing groups or the non-dancing singers, we can add a little bit something different to the song. So we love doing covers.
Facts.
Yeah. I was looking all over the place. I couldn't find any of you play any other instruments besides your voice.
No, we do. Go down the list.
Yeah, I play the bass guitar, I play the guitar and the piano.
Okay, good.
I play guitar, I dabble in piano, and then I can play one song on the drums.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. I play the piano, the guitar, a little bit of bass, and I just took up the cajon.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I dabble a little bit on the piano as well. I'm still learning.
I do the triangle. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I dabble in like piano and like guitar.
I'm thinking any of you would want to. I thought thinking maybe one of you guys, especially Jagger, is like this well-renowned virtuoso violin. That'd be awesome.
I wanted to pick up the cello, but it's too expensive.
What
Yeah.
about the harp?
The harp would be sick, dude.
My friend played one of those.
Or an accordion.
Insane.
Everyone want to play insane harp style.
Bro,
Dude, that'd be fire.
Yeah. So you were playing in an all-girls Catholic school. Wow. So were you told anything by the teachers, like the priests and the nuns and Mother Superior, of course, to know all about that, that you're not allowed to be a certain distance? And because how did you connect with those fans? How did you connect with them? Like, what if they
Well-
were come up to you, touch you, whatever? Were they allowed that or?
I grew up at a Catholic school, so I know kind of how like I knew all the rules and stuff, and I know all the tricks and like all the ways to break the rules. So I was like, I like know what I knew what they were gonna do before they did it, and it was there was no strict rules at St. Lucie or anything. Like they literally just kind of let the girls go crazy. They just
Yeah.
let them do whatever they wanted, really. We performed at an all girls Catholic school last year, me, James, and Sean, and I just remember the one rule was don't take off your shirt. That's what it was.
And they were chanting, "Take it off."
Yeah, they were chanting for us to take off our shirts, and I turned back at our manager and I went, "Can I take off my shirt?" And he went, "No, you can't take off your shirt." So yeah, that was the only rule.
Well, I mean, since you're all like in unison and in sync when you're dancing, when you broke a leg, would you break each other's leg just because you want to match?
Yeah,
Facts.
No.
I dislocated my knee once, and James didn't dislocate his knee with me.
Dude, I mean, I had knee problems.
We'll have like
Yeah.
we'll have a hopping dance where we'll like hop side to side on one leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick
So-
camera.
Tell us about a memorable moment you had with a fan, like something that changed your lives.
I'll start. We were on a high school tour, high school nation tour, and there was this fan that absolutely was just going crazy for me, and it was like the first time I've actually like had a crazy fan. So that was just a good moment for me. I was just like, wow, this is sick. I don't know.
For me, we met one of our fans recently in Orlando. His name is Jesse. Shout out Jesse.
Oh, thanks.
I think that's so special because he's been supporting us for so long now. We see he posts like covers, and it's just great. It was kind of cool because I felt like I was the fan meeting him. That's kind of how it was, but yeah.
It's really awesome to be connecting with fans on social media. This age is I think we're kind of the first boy band. Well, I don't even know what I'm saying. It's just awesome to connect with fans on social media, and it's really awesome to see the messages they send us. And so I'll say we've gotten some really nice DMs, and I always appreciate when people take the time to send us stuff.
I love all the edits that everybody makes. I think they're
facts.
really they're creative, they're fun, and sometimes I get fangirly sometimes when they make the edits because they'll put me next to Spider-Man and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Spider-Man. But I have two fan stories. There was one time one of the High School Nation shows that we did. It was our first week. This fan was talking to me and she was telling me how much she loved me and was just really appreciative. She ignored the other boys, but she was whispering it all in my ear, so the other boys couldn't hear it, and my face was just like this the whole time. And I gave her a hug, and then Dossan goes, he goes, "What'd she say to you?" And I said, "She put a curse on me," and that was just that was just it. But that was a fun one. Shout out her. She's from Oxnard High School, and then another one. I went out with my cousins in May, and I partied a little too hard. I got a little sick. And I was throwing up in this bathroom at some random person's house to me. And then the owner of the house, she was like, "Who's throwing up in my bathroom?" And my cousins were like, "Oh, it's just our cousin." And then they started talking about me. And they mentioned that I was in a boy band. And she goes, "Oh, what boy band?" And they said, "Oh, I think it's called Full Circle." And then she went, "Which one is it? Is it Sean? Is it James? Is it Jagger?" And they're like, "It's Jagger." She's like, "Do you think
by
he'll
name?"
They're like, she was like, "Do you think he'll sign anything?" And they're like, "I mean, he's a little busy right now, but maybe." I didn't end up signing anything, but yeah.
That is amazing, my friends. Wow, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
How do you stay motivated and inspired to create new music?
We stay motivated and inspired because one thing we're always thinking is we want to be innovators, even though everybody's got to imitate before they can innovate. We're always trying to be the innovators. So one thing that inspires us is just to be the first one to take the first step to make something different. And by doing that, then people will flock to us because it's like, oh, this is new. And it's a risk, but high risk, high reward. So we stay motivated by our fans also as well, because the love and the support they show us, it's always a lot. So we want to return the favor and give them good content and good music.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you? Do you mind me asking how you found John and Stacy? They're your managers, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, John and Stacy of High Road Entertainment. I had the honor of getting introduced to them through a choreographer back in 2020. And that kind of kicked off this whole boy band thing. They were looking to represent possibly a new group, and I was the first one that they met with. And then from there, we kind of started forming the group with High Road and looking out. And I knew James because we were still dancing together, and I was Instagram friends with Jagger at that point because we had met and done some stuff together. And that really kicked off the origin story of Full Circle.
Boom. Boom.
Amazing, amazing. So now you're performing. How do you come up with a set list? What's your opener and what's your closer? And of course, I'll have dancing in there.
Yeah, I think I don't really remember how we came up with the last one for the tour. I just remember being told that I think you guys should open up with All That Matters, and then we just kind of went from there, I guess.
Yeah.
Like just found a bunch of like figured out what flowed better, what didn't flow. It went through a lot of changes. Our set list for the High School Nation tour that we did, but not too big of changes. Like maybe we just shortened down a song, and maybe we completely removed a song from it, or maybe we moved it around to a different spot just to make it flow better. But yeah, we just kind of a lot of trial and error when putting together a set list, just seeing what
Well, of
works and what
course,
doesn't.
of course, Insane, Call My Name, Vegas, Where the Party At, they'll have to be part of it, right?
Where the Party At and Call My Name are a part of it.
Sometimes Like You.
Sometimes Like You, one of our original songs. Sometimes we did throw Vegas in there when we were doing a week in Vegas. But yeah, no, we haven't done Insane in a long time. Yeah,
So
good
what?
song though.
Yeah, what song do you love to perform live and why? Like, what's your favorite song that people just want to hear? Where you what?
Which one, yo? Let's all go down.
Every time we perform "Call My Name," everybody's just asking for it.
Oh
This one.
They always are.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like when we did the High School Nation tour, like we'd come out and we'd walk up and everybody kind of be like, all right, we don't know if these guys are going to be good or not. And then as soon as we hit All That Matters, our first move, it's just like everybody goes ballistic.
Yeah. I was going to say All That Matters as well, because like Ollie was saying, like as soon as we start dancing, because like they don't know what to expect, because we're just five boys walking on stage. And then once we start dancing, they're like, oh shoot, like this is serious. Yeah, All That Matters.
You just Call My Name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, call My Name's great. I think my two favorites are probably Where the Party At, because it's the first like our first original song that we play in the set, the second song usually in our set, and it just like I think even though not everybody knows it, like it like invites people in to join the show, like be a part of the show. And I also just really like the choreo and I like the dynamic because we all kind of just like play around with each other on that one. And then I also like we do a section where we do Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. I really like Poison because it gets the crowd really energetic because everybody loves that song. So they're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is amazing. So if I'm not saying five people will walk up to you, all they have to just starts with one person walk up to you, said, "I want to do what you guys do. I want to join a boy band, or I want to be the next Vixen. I want to be the next Bangles, or I want to be the next Backstreet Boys." Who I would be wondering which one of you would give them the advice.
I actually, while we were in the UK, we walked into a pizza shop, and the people from the show, like this guy from the show, came up to me and was like, "Yo, like I just saw you guys," like, and he goes, "I saw how much you got the girls and everything, so I'm gonna start a boy band." So and then I just told him, I was like, "Dude, definitely go with it." So I mean, that's the only like circumstance I can think of, but so but I think we can all give good advice, you know.
I think
But it just happened to me.
I don't know. I would tell them that it doesn't happen overnight. That's what I would say.
Definitely.
I would say like you gotta, yeah. You gotta crack some eggs to make an omelet. You can't just it's not gonna happen right away. You gotta keep pushing through it. That's what I would
Yeah,
say.
I'm well, say I'm a vocalist. I'm a tenor, and I sang with a duet partner, and she was a good soprano. But now it's about time for her to move on, and she moved on, and now I have to find someone who can be the next duet partner of mine. So it's sort of like they come up to you and say, "Okay, I want to join a boy band." But it's not that easy. It's sort of like over time, like these two. Okay, so I don't know if you ever heard of Bella Voce, but there's two women in UK. They're opera singers, and they were both working in the same bar, and they never met. They didn't know each other. And one of the blonde-haired girls, I think her name is Sophia, she started singing, and the guy goes, "Wow, that's beautiful. You sound like the other opera singer we have working with. Who's that?" And then lo and behold, and now they're performing together. And that's all it takes for just suddenly to. I know several people who just suddenly bumped into the other person, like, "Hey, we sound good together," and so that's all it takes, right?
Yeah, just gotta give it a try.
Yeah. So, what role does social media play in your interaction with fans? How do you do that? Do you allow private messages? Do you get a lot of like, "We hate you, you're not good," and stuff like that? How do you handle that?
Social media, it is a very good resource to use, especially in today's day and age, with growing a business, growing a following, growing a band. And so there's always going to be those hate comments and those rude little remarks. But us as a band, we always try to block those out. Like we see them, but we don't let them affect us because we know what our worth is. We know what we're trying to do, and so
Hmm.
we have a goal, and we're gonna keep pushing forward no matter what people say. So it's kind of like the mental preparation for those hate comments and those sort of things. But yeah, social media is huge for us. We're always posting content because we just want to get as many fans as possible and invite everyone to join the full circle fam.
The inner circle.
Yeah.
Fact.
The yeah the also when you're not performing, you definitely want to do something. What do you like? What do you like doing in your free time when you're not performing, singing, dancing, and syncing?
Yeah.
I enjoy really like making clothes. I sew, so I make some of my clothes. I do that. And then I play some video games.
Wow. Are you
Um,
joking? Because when I was your age, I was also sewing things. Wow.
really? No way.
Oh,
No way. That's so cool.
Wow. So how about you guys? What do you do in your spare
Uh,
time?
I really like going to the gym. I also have a little dog at home, so I love taking him on walks and spending time with him.
oh,
Yeah.
I like to watch movies
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
and
Mm.
fix stuff.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy's a fixer-upper.
And he sells stuff.
Yeah.
Me? Oh, I like to make music in the meantime, just like by myself. I like to produce tracks and stuff like that. But outside of music, I like to ride my hoverboard. Yeah,
Call you Marty McFly now?
I'm Marty McFly, dude. I'm that guy.
Marty, we got a tour. Yeah, that's
Um,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and also, so what has been the most rewarding aspect of your music career so far?
Definitely the face-to-face experiences.
Yes.
Whether that be performing or meeting people, going to music events, just being a part of the community. That's the best
Yeah.
part.
The in person.
I think it's being with these boys.
Oh, that's
True.
true, dude.
Oh.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah,
I agree with both those statements.
you guys should have been called the Full Circle Brothers Band.
Oh,
Brothers
yeah,
band.
actually.
Full Circle Brothers.
Band.
Sick.
I should get a business, be an entrepreneur. For people who are looking for names for bands, come to me.
Yes, you
should,
should.
yes.
Dude. You've given us some great ones.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, you got those unlocked.
So, what are your goals for the future of the Full Circle Boys? Where do you want to find yourself a year from now?
Ooh, a year from now.
I think a year from now, hopefully releasing some sort of extended project, whether
Yeah.
that be an EP or an album.
Yeah.
Hopefully an international tour of some sorts. It's our favorite thing to do is perform together.
Yeah.
So any opportunity possible, we'd love to do that. Maybe opening up for a Harry Styles or a Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. Releasing hit music, awesome music videos, engaging with fans.
Working with the best choreographers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we've got big aspirations, and we're gonna see them through.
Facts.
Very big.
And stay connected, because the Backstreet Boys had managed to stay together for so many years and
Yeah.
come out with new albums, but there was like a disbandment for a bit. And then, but One Direction, Harry Styles, Niall Horan, who are my favorite, and then the other two, like suddenly they just dissipated and it went their
Yeah.
own ways. I don't know. What do you think is a reason that a group, whether boy band or girl band or any band, is a reason why they're here for a time and then they disband? What do you think is the reason for that?
I think for 1D, for One Direction, it's just such a tough situation because they all five of them auditioned as solo artists, and that's what they wanted to be. So I think being in a band, I think there's moments where they really loved it, but I also think there were a lot of egos that came into play behind the scenes that none of us really got to see. And so I think, yeah, egos get in the way of a lot of things. But I think all of them have gone on and done amazing things. And I think it's just tough. Like, that was really tiring for them. They were the biggest thing for 5 years.
Yeah.
And they were just going nonstop. Like, once the tour finished, like a week later, they were on their next tour.
Yeah.
Like, they were just releasing so much music, so much stuff. So I think they just got tired and really wanted to do something for themselves. So I think, yeah, I don't know. I think that's what happened with them. They were just tired, and there was a lot of egos that came into play because they all wanted to be solo artists at first.
I also think that what Dossan said earlier about communication is super key. Like, if you hold something back from somebody, it's just going to sit there and it's just going to get bigger and bigger. The problem is just going to get bigger in your head. So it just kind of breaks your relationship with that person.
So,
Yeah.
what makes you think that Jagger Moon, James Herron, Sean Garrity, Ollie Hincy, and Dossan Bell aren't going to have a solo project?
I think
Jagger does.
we'll support each
Dude,
we want to support each other.
albums.
And I think part of being a band is also realizing when it's the right time to do something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that with our group dynamic, we really want to support each other. So even if eventually some of us do want to release solo things, I think we have the support system in place to empower each other and make this family a very strong family that although we want to go off and do our own things, we're always going to come back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as of right now, I don't think, to my knowledge, none of us have any plans or aspirations right now to do anything solo. I think it's completely 100% focused on the band. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
at least me personally, like, I'm like, this band needs to work out. Like, I want Full Circle to be the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And there's
And you
something
might be-
special.
Go ahead.
There's something special about doing something bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
Full Circle, as a band and as a brand, is bigger than any of us individually, and I think that we really love contributing to that.
Totally.
Until one day, Full Circle Boys have to compete against their greatest rival, the Half Circle Boys.
Oh,
True.
Uh-oh. No.
That would be great.
But thank you so much, Jagger, James, Sean, Ollie, and Dossan. Really appreciate this. Everyone, we're going to end the stream. So that wraps up incredible conversation with the Full Circle Boys. We hope you enjoyed getting to know them. If you haven't already, make sure to check out their latest singles and follow them on their journey. Before I continue, where can you be found on social media so people can follow you and listen to your music?
Full Circle Boys.
Everywhere.
boom! You heard it.
Full Circle Boys everywhere, every social media.
Every streaming platform.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh,
Full Circle
Boom.
Boys, baby. Not the baby, but
Great. So a huge thank you for joining us today and sharing your story. And of course, thank
You.
to all the listeners for tuning in. And of
Yes,
course, their support means the world to us. I want to thank John and Stacy.
facts.
You know, I was going to call Harry Styles and Niall Horan. And
Yeah,
say, guess
call 'em
what?
that.
No, just joking.
Do it.
Too.
So everyone, please subscribe share this episode, and for more exciting interviews, behind the scenes insights from your favorite artists, and hope everyone will leave us a review and let us know what you think of today's episode. So until next time.
Everything, just put it on me. Trust issues, it's hard to trust me. Up to you, girl, what it's gonna be. Baby girl, I guess we gon' see. All I need is transparency. Transparency. Baby, all I need is transparency. Transparency, yeah. Real G's don't keep secrets, no. Staying up with you on the weekends, yeah. I know when you lying to my face, baby. All I'm tryna do is keep the pace, baby. You can't trust all these lies that they fed you. You're out in the cold, cause that's where they left you. You don't have to have a cold or a fever or a flu. Baby girl, just let me bless you. Treat this like a vacation. Heartbreaking is worth saving. No, you never found somebody worth staying for. Everything, just put it on me. Trust issues, it's hard to trust me. Up to you, girl, what it's gonna be. Baby girl, I guess we gon' see. All I need is transparency. Transparency. Baby, all I need is transparency. Transparency, yeah. Baby, keep it 100 with me. You'll mess up your makeup if you running from me. Tinted windows, baby, why you ducking me? Talking cheap, baby, why you calling me? You can leave your toothbrush at my place if you wanted to. Something, always nothing, baby girl, it's up to you. Treat this like a vacation. Heartbreaking is worth saving. No, you never found somebody worth staying for. Everything, just put it on me. Trust issues, it's hard to trust me. Up to you, girl, what it's gonna be. Baby girl, I guess we gon' see. All I need is transparency. Transparency. Baby, all I need is transparency. Transparency, yeah.